have to end death culture in hip hop.
Okay.
It's what I call fast culture. It's like fast food culture. You know what I'm saying? It's just for fast consumption and capitalism. It's not for culture creation and values. It has no consciousness built into it. And it doesn't have the framework or the foundation and a reason to have hip hop. And then we make hip hop too important, right? And what I mean by that is that hip hop is a part of our culture. It is not the culture, right? What our culture really is that we revolutionaries. And we've always been. Throughout the history of this country, we've been the most revolutionary people on the planet. We've created the more conscious movements ever, right? When it comes to food, when it comes to health, when it comes to science, when it comes to consciousness, when it comes to activism, and it has benefited all people around the planet. But when I go to Africa, they're going to know 50 Cent before they know Malcolm X. So now they're not judging me based on Malcolm. They judging me based on 50. You know what I'm saying? They judging me based on what we export to other countries that become our image. So now if they see you as a nigga, the first thing they gonna say is, what's up, my nigga? And I'm like, bro, I would rather you say, what's up, God, to me. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see you like that because they only can afford so much internet and so much time in the first place. They only get cheap entertainment that's exported that's not even controlled by us. So if we don't control our image, we don't control our global story. So it don't matter what we actually been doing, how we actually been fighting. When you go look at slavery, what's the story in the mind that we were slaves in chains? The Underground Railroad was just us running away. When you look at the real story, it was the most guerrilla warfare, tactic and movement that had happened. They had fights. You know what I mean? They was killing folks to get them out their way. But we don't tell that story of radical resilience and resistance. We don't tell the story of the Seminole Wars that happened over 41 years during that period. And the last battle ended 4 years before the Civil War. How you think the brothers were so good at fighting when they entered the Civil War? The first blood that was shed in this country was black blood for this country, right? So when we think about that, damn, we weren't slaves, we was warriors. Right. We never stopped fighting. Not only was we warriors, we were scholars. We was writing books and we was putting together codes that was teaching everybody else how to behave at that time. We've never stopped. This is not nothing new. I'm just a part of the DNA of that's been going on. So when I think about being an American in America, I don't have to go to Africa for my pride.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going over there. If an African brother found out that he had American blood in him based on our history, he'd be happy as hell. Wait a minute. My ancestors was Huey and them? Oh yeah, I'd be happy as hell to find that out. Because I know that they a warrior class that's the most resilient people ever. There is no modern history that can show me a more brilliant, innovative, inventive, warrior, resilient class because we've been fighting so many wars that we've never gave up. And this is the sense of pride that a young child has to instill.
Third Hour Society Urban Team. I have returned for a brand new episode, and that's 19 Keys. One of the greats. He is not lying. Like, I want to talk about all this stuff right here. He was talking about in this video, if y'all see, like the whole thing about our image. We don't control our image. The image they put out of us is always some goofy, dancing, mumbling, bumbling idiot type stuff. We get this all the time. They pushing this stuff music-wise, and then they use that, and then they trying to punish us with that type of stuff. They've always been doing that. That is not the only culture that I can say this. That ain't the only society of black culture. They want to use that. We are intelligent, we're smart, we're inventive, we create stuff. A lot of black people created the light, it was black people that created jets back in the day. Like they tell us, oh no, y'all stupid, y'all on welfare, y'all dumb, your women are hoes and stuff like that. No, that's not true. And the women that drifted off is the women that get caught up in the system, the dudes that get caught up in the system. And then people get mad when you want to talk about the truth. You got dudes like that talk about like this is the truth of us, but they want to keep dimming our image. Where I know hip hop is not bad. It started off good and it got a powerful message, and not everybody on that stuff. You got Kendrick, J. Cole, you got it's a bunch of. I'm trying to keep it more to the new realm, new era of rappers, but all the old ones too. Like it's a lot that actually push the culture, and the reason why we revolutionize through music and through fashion, through our pain and to our strength. Like we turn things upside down and flip it and turn it positive and make jobs and make wealth and do stuff out of it. But now, like I said, it's sad because they use a sexy red. Like they'll use a sexy red and be like, oh yeah, this is y'all women. They go grab a sexy red, and then our women with a goofy red Halloween mask on. And her story, I'm going deeper in her story. She's just trying to get out of poverty and being stuck in the hood and stuff like that. She got money and they offer her money and stuff like that. So I'm not even mad at her, but they're going to keep on trying to use her image. But that's your black women. It was funny. Just recently we had Patricia Rashad from the Cosby Show. She played Cosby's wife all the way from the Cosby Show from back in the day. She came out and said women that, like, y'all seen her. She carried herself with class. That's black, legendary class woman right there. And she was from back in the day, but it's still something in today's time. Like I said, they want to push the hood rat stuff. And like I said, we can have fun, we could have something like that. But now that's our culture. I can't even listen to the radio without melting down. I'm like, because I know we smarter, we better than this. Other cultures, the Spanish, Puerto Ricans, like I said, the whites, Germans, like I said, they don't let that type of stuff go on in their culture. It's okay for us to put that stuff out, and only that, and only that. Men fucking out here can't talk, goatee, over sexualized, goofy, and the main ones that are our society is our society. Our society is going somewhere that we not gonna recognize. It's going to hell in a handbag. And maybe we're already there, but it's not done for all of us. And they look, like I said, like he said it too. 19 Keys also said it too. They'll look at a 50 Cent and think that's all of us black. They'll judge you over that, but not Malcolm X, not Martin Luther King. That's the dudes I look up to. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Betty Shabazz. It's a bunch of them. I forgot the guy that escaped. What's his name? It's a bunch of them. As I keep going on, even the newer ones. Like I said, all these guys, like I said, they ignore us. They want to hide that image of the black family, the black positivity. This is what I try to push. I ain't no church dude. I'm a spiritual dude. I always try to push that. I always try to push the family narrative, the health, the wealth, the mindset. Like we can outbeat this. People still want to be. They say, "Whoa!" They try to make woke was a bad thing. Acknowledging what's going on, being a better version of yourself, and stopping from you falling in pitfalls. They say, "Oh, you woke." No, you sleep and you stupid, and you want to stay there. That's why y'all call it. Y'all make fun of that stuff. Woke. Or what's that? You on that woke culture? You on that woke culture? No, you want to be stupid and continue the stuff going on. They got us on each side fighting each other instead of trying to get to the goal and doing our purpose. What we sit here to do. Stop playing around, man. Y'all guys, man. I said y'all playing for the wrong team. Y'all playing for the wrong team. Third hour society, urban team. Do the right thing. Peace.
Routine. Driving the ship. Let's do this. Morning meditation. Gotta get that self-love, self-care. Don't start with you, then where? Take a second. Shower steams, clouds the air. Living in the minutes, dying in the hours. How do you start your day? What's your favorite fragrance? What's your spray? Let that phone ring. Let that person wait. V8 to wake up, moto, and what's your drink? Politics on TV, not in the mood to think. Before you start your day, before you start your job, before you take that task. Morning meditation.